What is up, guys? This is Sulu Gaming, and I need to make this video because it is time to settle some myths about PC gaming and actually some console gaming. Now, just a disclaimer, I have actually played with both. I have had my PC for about a month, and I have played consoles since I was a child, okay? Like probably most of you guys have. Now, the pros of a console. A console, you can buy it, you plug it in, hook up the controller, and it just works. You put in a game, and it just works. I know you've heard this, but it's actually, it's if you don't know anything about technology, I would maybe go with a console. Cons of a console. Consoles have so many cons that the word con is in the word console. Now, with a console, you can't upgrade it. You're stuck for 5 to 8 years with this console. I mean, look at the Xbox 360. That came out in 2005. And yes, some of the games, they don't look bad, but compared to today's standards, they're not too good. Now, consider 8 years in the future. How is that going to stand up now? And I understand that because, okay, when the Xbox 360 came out, it had revolutionary hardware for the price, and these companies were taking major losses that consoles now don't have. Now, the 360 when it came out, it was on par with a pretty nice gaming PC. I mean, PC gaming wasn't that big. I mean, this was a year after Half-Life 2 came out, and I've never played Half-Life 2. I want to play. It looks like a good game. No, but they were taking huge losses on these consoles, sorry. And now, these PS4 and Xbox One, okay, they're on the scale of a low to mid-range PC, around a mid-range PC. When you're telling me that these consoles are going to last 5 to 8 years, and the Xbox One is running Call of Duty Ghost at 720p, okay, how are we supposed to justify that? The PS4 is running Battlefield 4 at 900p, 60 FPS, and yes, it's so good because we're no longer stuck with 720p at 30 frames per second. And I know the console, the master race is, they think it's hilarious that we were stuck with 720p 30 frames per second for so long. Now, with consoles, you have to make some trade-offs. I saw this picture, and it was a triangle, and it said pick two. There was 60 FPS, 1080p, and good visuals, okay? That's the trade-off with a console. Now, that used to not be, and I know when the 360 came out, there wasn't really 1080p, that wasn't really a thing. But when you're saying that these next-gen consoles can't run at least 1080p, at least 900p, okay? And because PCs, especially in 5-8 years' time, we're going to be DDR4 memory, which is going to provide higher clock speeds. The graphics cards are out of this roof. They don't even compare to the APUs in the next-gen consoles. They're using APUs, okay? And yes, I get that my $400 PS4 is, the graphics aren't bad. But when you could compare it to a reasonably other-priced PC, first of all, the games are about $60 when they come out on Steam. Hell, I bought a $30 game for $7.50, okay? Civilization 5. These games on... I know that Civilization 5 isn't on consoles, which I think it should be because it's a really good game. When you're telling me when these games are that much cheaper, think about how much you'll save. You buy if you build a $500 PC, think about all the years of games that you will be buying. And plus, remember, PSN, or PlayStation Plus now, and Xbox Live, $50, $60 a year, okay? Add that up, and you see where I'm coming from. And I've heard before, oh, but PCs require internet. Yeah, so do consoles to play online also, okay? Everything requires internet now. Now, I went over the pros of the console, that you just plug it in, you can sit down, they're really easy to set up with your friends. The cons of a console, you're stuck with the same hardware for about 8 years, Sorry, 5 to 8 years, depending on how long the generation lasts. And I feel like this generation is the turning point for consoles because of how much better PCs are for the money, because PCs are getting a lot cheaper. And there's another myth that a lot of console fanboys say that PC gaming needed thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a gaming PC. And yes, you can make thousands and thousands. I mean, that is a little overkill. Okay, anything that can run 60 FPS, 1080p Ultra is amazing. Okay, get that. Okay. You can buy or build yourself a $500-600 PC, which remember, in 3-4 years, that $200 difference between the PC and the console will be made up through the PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live, and the games on the consoles are usually $60 brand new, and yes, PC games right when they come out are $60 brand new, but the games go down like crazy on those Steam sales, okay? You have to remember that. You will, and it may not seem like it, you will save money on a PC. Remember that. You will save money. Now, it's time for PCs. Pros of a PC. Way more controller options. You can use like an Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller. You can even use an Oculus Rift. And I get that the PS4 is getting the Project Morpheus as of right now. That's what it's called. It's still not going to give you the performance of like an Oculus is now. Now, PCs, they're evolving. And yes, I've heard before that, oh, you have to spend thousands on thousands on thousands of dollars each year to upgrade your PC. No. Okay? If you want the top-of-the-line PC, then go ahead and do that. If you just want to play games, at console settings, most people, the next-gen consoles, the graphics, they won't notice the difference between PC and the consoles. I mean, once you start playing PC, you will get used to it. But, hey, for $500 or $600, be able to either match the Xbox One settings and PS4, not only that, match it, but sometimes exceed it, then you got the cheaper games without the subscription, and you're saving money right there. It may take a couple years to make that money back, but if you are on a budget, you will save money. Second, most people are like, oh, you gotta sit on the desk like I'm doing right now and game on your PC. No. You can get controllers, wireless Xbox 360 controllers, and put the PC on your TV. I highly recommend you check out, if you are small in space, I'd look up mini ITX cases, because they are tiny. I mean, they're not like a console small. I mean, the Xbox One is massive. They're not console small, but there sometimes you can be more powerful. You have all the upgraded abilities, and building a PC is not that hard. You can look on YouTube. Austin Evans has an excellent video on how to make the PC. Okay, it's an excellent video, and you know exactly what's going in your PC. And even if you use one of those services where you ask someone for your budget and they build the computer for you for a fee, that's still better than a console, and you probably will end up saving money. You don't get that if you build a budget PC. Yes, it won't be, if you're not running max settings, don't cry and fit and throw Barneys everywhere. No, it doesn't need to be ultra settings, okay? Medium or high settings look amazing. I can't even tell the difference between high and ultra, okay? I really can't. So if you care about ultra, that's cool, but some of those are more specs, so you will end up saving money. Even if you have a PC that doesn't almost match the graphics of the next-gen APUs, it's still fine, and it's cheaper. You have all these upgrade abilities that you don't have on a console, okay? And when you build the PC, I can already tell you from first-hand experience, once you finish it, it's just like, I built a PC. I built a PC. Can you say that on a console? No. You can't say that on a console because you don't build the console. And yes, tell me about it. The Xbox One, you can't even change the hard drive. The PS4, you can't. The PS4, you can change the hard drive. Okay? Now, PC consoles have higher frame rates. Like I was talking about the triangle, the 60 FPS, then 80p, good visuals. Not only are we going to eventually, in a couple years, probably have a lot more cheaper options to play 4K games. Like 4K games. 4 times 1080p, and the Xbox One can't even run Call of Duty at 1080p. Okay, and we're gonna be getting DDR4 memory. Like I said, higher clock speeds. We're gonna be going to 4K, 4 times the resolution of 1080p. I've looked at TVs that's absolutely gorgeous. It looks more real than real. I know it looks fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Now, cons of a PC. I actually right now don't have a PC. I'm using a Mac because my PC's hard drive failed. And yes, I get it. If you want to get into a PC game, you have to get on Skype with your, if you want a PC game with your friends, you gotta get on Skype. And there's usually going to be some audio problems, driver problems, something could happen wrong. Hell, I even was playing Minecraft, my computer crashed, hit the reset button, and now I have a defective hard drive, and now I have to wait about 2 weeks to get the hard drive replaced. Consoles, you don't have to do that, because with the PCs, you have all these different parts from all these different companies, and you don't have you're your own technician on the PC. And yes, most people are gonna be like, oh no, I don't want to be my own technician. I don't know anything about technology. But actually, it's not that hard. If I'm 13 years old and I can do it, and you're gonna be like, oh, your brains are wired to do it. No, anyone can do it. It's just like Legos. You just make sure you're careful. Use some common sense. Use some common sense, and you should be able to build a console. That doesn't make any sense. No, and you should be able to build your PC. Oh, but like I said, so many different problems can happen with the PC. I mean, like my hard drive, I've lost all my files, lost Windows. I can't even use my PC right now. I'm trying to get it replaced. No, but you're not gonna usually run into those problems with the console. You know what I did? I actually, and it's very, very rare, I actually got a defective PS4. Yes, I did. There was a fan problem. It would sound like a jet engine. It sounded like a jet engine when I turned it on. I put in Battlefield 4, and it's just like, oh, everyone in the house could hear it all around the house. No, that's not rare. Or, I mean, that's not rare. I'm saying the likelihood of that happening to you is very small. And yes, I thought it was like, oh no, that would never happen to me. But you know what? It did. It did. Now, PCs they're just cool. I mean, you can do so much with them. You're never stuck with the same thing, and you don't even have to upgrade every year. It's the cool thing about the PC Master Race. They accept anyone. Now, if you're a console or PC fanboy, just listen. Here's a little thing to the console, to the PC Master Race. Yes, I played on consoles for years, and I still do. Hell, I'm even playing the PS4 in the background of this very video. I think I'm going to put in that gameplay. No. But PCs, just a little recap. Consoles, they're super easy to set up. They're pretty cheap, so people like me can afford it. No. I can afford. I've used eBay to my advantage. I think you should check eBay out. It's a really cool thing to make money if you're young. No, but the consoles, they're cheap, so really anyone can get it. But you have to remember something. You're paying for the online. There's not as many upgrade abilities or you're not stuck with the same hardware for like 8, 9, 10 years. I know, I don't think we've ever had a 10-year lifespan. That's ridiculous. That would be like from 1990. That's from 1990 to 2000. Imagine the technology from 1990 to 2000. That's pretty. No, the technology from 2000 to 2010. Okay, that's ridiculous. The technology from 2004 to 2014. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you think that you're better just because you play on a different platform, then you know what? Good for you. I really don't care. But when you realize, I understand, you can't deny it. PCs have better graphics. They're better at They're better. I mean, they're computers. They're not just game consoles. You can play games. You can check your email. You can surf the internet. You can Skype. You can do whatever you want. It's a computer that plays games better, most of the time, better than a console. Okay? And what really actually irritates me is console people, fanboys are always like, oh, the Xbox One, or the X, or like, those to say like, oh, graphics don't matter to the PC gamers. But then when trust me, I'm guilty too. I was like, oh, it doesn't really matter. I thought it was cool, but I'm like, yeah, not worth that money. But then, or it's not thousands of dollars for all these excellent graphics, which actually isn't the case. That's the thing. It's different now. The reason why I made this video is because the prices are getting cheaper. Okay? The prices are getting cheaper. So, if you're watching this, like just recently, last month, Microsoft came out with the connectless Xbox. Okay, so that is really all I have to say. Let me know if I swayed your opinion at all. Let me know if you finished the video, because this is a pretty long video, and it's taken a little while to make, even though I'm just recording my audio. But that's all I got right now. So, if you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe, like the video if you subscribed. It doesn't make any sense. Just like the video if you subscribe. I don't get it. What is wrong with me? Sometimes when I talk for a while, it starts to hurt. No. But if I helped your opinion anyway, check out Austin Evans' video. It's how to build a gaming computer, like 2014. That's how I figured out how to build my computer. And really, I didn't know what I was doing. But you know what? It's not that hard. It's actually so fun. I put my CPU and I'm just like, oh, wow. And I put my RAM and I'm just like, wow, 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 wow. But you will run into problems. So, yeah, like right now I've run into problems where my hard drive, so I can't even use my gaming PC. I lost all my files. Luckily, I didn't have anything important on there. I just had to reinstall my Steam game, which, like, oh god, that's gonna be so hard. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? That's gonna be so hard to do. You know what I mean? Just so hard to do. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And I've spent a lot of time on this video, so let me know if I've swayed your opinion. And this has been Sulu Gaming. Thanks for watching.